there. So, of course, because, the Markles can't win unless they cheat, the Markles are having a little hissy fit because I use very short clips of their broadcast in some of my videos. And so, rather than fight them, I decided I will take those videos down. And guess what I had to do? I had to go to copyright school. But I'm very glad that I did. Because you know what? When you go to copyright school, they teach you all the things that you need to do so people can't copyright strike you for no reason whatsoever. So, in the process, I decided that there were some things that I wanted to still put back up, and I would just follow the restrictions in copyright school, and I would just change the format of those so that I could upload the information again, because really, it's the information that is important. So, as I was going through my clips and looking to do that, I noticed a pattern emerged on the ones that Junior had a problem with, the ones that he put the strike on. You know what they all seem to have in common? They all seem to be ones where he's threatening people. Yeah, isn't that interesting? And so what I decided to do was I decided to make a little video. Instead of going through and adding these clips to something else, I went ahead and changed the format of them. And now I'm going to show you the videos or the clips that Junior doesn't want anyone to see. Doesn't want this stuff out there. No, no, no. But because I went to copyright school, I know how to change them. So let's get started.
It's lie upon lie upon lie.
Apparently, Junior also had a problem with the fact that I wasn't commenting enough on said videos, or on said clips. So don't worry, I'm going to make sure to correct that now, and I'm going to make sure that I have a commentary on every single clip that I do. Although this one is hard to comment on, as this is pretty much the standard, right? The standard of best practice for old Thomas. The threat that he made to me in September of 2024.
Nothing to fucking stand on except for their own imagination. And one of them is our recollections may vary. I mean, seriously. You just bit off way more than you can chew, because I am going to hammer you so fucking hard until you cry and jump off a cliff. Mark my words.
Remember, that's my imagination, and that's not really a threat. Okay, Thomas, whatever you say. On the next one up, we have where he threatened Kevin O'Sullivan. Yep, Kevin O'Sullivan from Talk TV. Because no one is exempt from the Thomas Markle threats.
That leads me to this other jackass. Let's see, Kevin O'Sullivan. Speaking of which, you and your Talk TV, you call me a dope dealer? So Kevin O'Sullivan, right, I think it was What's Going On, or What Just Happened with Kevin O'Sullivan. This just happened a few days ago. Dude, you have the balls and the audacity to call me a dope dealer on YouTube, and you have these two clowns on your show that are saying what about my father, that he lived in a trailer and he's so what, and he doesn't have enough means to get himself into a better place, so he has to sell stories and pictures to the tabloids so he can better his situation. Kevin Sullivan, by the way, I left you a message on that broadcast. I left you a comment that I'm going to be talking to my lawyer about this, because you're calling me a dope dealer? Really? Seriously? And you know nothing about me? And you let two jackass clowns on your TV show talk shit and say that my father lives in a trailer? We're going to talk. So it's
Is extra special. This is a twofer. Yes, that's right. It's a twofer. Here you have him threatening Paula M. and me. Because why threaten one person when you can threaten two?
But maybe tomorrow I'll post up right outside Paula M's house and do a fucking video from there. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Then she don't have to go far to get all my shit off my channel. Maybe after that I'll go to somebody else's house and post up and do a video in front of their house. That way they don't have to go. They could just film me from their fucking window. Oh, put it on their fucking channel like they all do. Anyway, recollections may vary, though. Our recollections may vary. Yeah. Mama always said our recollections are like a bunch of fucking morons. Our recollections may vary. Wow, if that's not the biggest shit show fucking sham paid PR by fucking Megan, I don't know what is. But man, talk about a pathetic piece of fucking shit who has no life at all. You know, probably beats her kids, probably lost custody of her fucking kids. Who knows what? But you know what? You do find out shit about people. And what a pathetic fucking pile of fucking dog meat somebody would have to be to call their channel. Our recollections may vary. Yeah, sleep tight, fuckface.
You know, I have to wonder, has anyone told him yet why my channel is called Our Recollections May Vary? I mean, he doesn't seem to understand that that was something that the Queen said. That was a rather famous statement and all of that. Seems like someone might, maybe, you know, his girlfriend might want to clue him in on that, so he stops making an ass of himself by saying things like that. And the idea that Paula M. cares at all what is going on his channel is just absurd. But what's interesting to me about that is, how come all of a sudden now they want to be friends with Paula? How come all of a sudden now Thomas Jr. is all into Paula M? Because, you know, a couple months ago he's threatening her, and now he wants to be friends with her. Why? Because I showed up on her live, and they don't want me to have any connection to anyone. That's their strategy. It's their game. Because these are some very sick and cruel individuals who have tried to turn vindictiveness into an art form. Unfortunately, they fail at it miserably because they're not very bright, but that's what they're going for. So, in a way, you have to admire Thomas Jr., right? Because he really doesn't care who it is that he threatens. He's perfectly fine telling the King of the United Kingdom to get his head out of his ass.
On that happy note, you know, I'm going to just say it like it is. I mean, Charles and the royal family, you need to pull your head out of your ass, okay, and do the right thing. And at least reach out to my dad and say hello. And I'm sorry for your grief and bullshit that little wench, Meghan Markle, has caused everybody. That would be nice. That would
I agree with you. The king should contact your father privately.
Yeah, doesn't have to be public.
Definitely. I never understood why our late Majesty didn't and did not insist on an introduction before the marriage. I will never understand that.
I think Elizabeth really wanted to. I really think she wanted to.
No, she could have if she wanted, and she didn't.
Now, this is from when Junior came out and tried to pretend that Carl Larson was working against them, when in actuality, I think it's pretty clear that Carl Larson is working for them. That is my speculation. That is my opinion. But you should do your own research and form your own conclusions.
Out there, so many haters that just hate all the Markles according
to the PR that was stuffed down their throats, and they believe whatever comes out of the claw's mouth. And it all started a long time ago. We've been fighting this PR bullshit and these sugars and these Sussex Squad people forever. And that's never going to go away. But hey, Carl, thanks to you. You know, now that you've just like pretty much just told everybody where we're at, you know, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate that. You know, you're a real douchebag. You're a real colostomy bag. And I guess I could go out on a limb here and say, if I ever see you in person around my father again or trying to get my dad, I'm going to take care of it myself. So just to let you know, because I have the right to do that. So you're not going to put my dad's life in danger any longer. And you've done that. And you're going to be held accountable for it. But
now we're going to have him threaten the Daily Mail. And this is one that's particularly interesting to me because between Carl Larson and I, we're both getting blamed for apparently putting Thomas Markle Jr. and Sr. in danger due to death threats. Who cares where they are? Who's threatening them? No one cares. So, yet, that doesn't stop Thomas Markle from threatening the Daily Mail because even they steal his material. I mean, where is all this material that everybody is stealing? Because I'm not seeing it anywhere.
And I hope this shit makes the Daily Mail. I hope all you other fucking YouTubers out there fucking steal my shit and go make 10 shows out of it. All right? Because you don't ever give me a fucking nickel, and I never ask for a nickel. So fucking enjoy. All you motherfuckers. And you know who you are.
As you know, he just can't seem to resist another threat against me. Now, I have to say, they're succeeding in one thing, and that's in making this so that it's not even fun anymore. I don't enjoy doing these videos. I don't enjoy having to redo videos I've already done just because he has a hissy fit and doesn't want people to know that he threatens people left, right, and center. I mean, this is why people take problems with these people very seriously. This is why the FBI and the police and the law enforcement and the cybercrime division care, because he's so consistently doing the same thing. He's clearly not learning anything from any of these behaviors. You can't say it's an oops because he keeps doing it over and over and over again. And it's just not fun anymore. I'm someone who is very, very honest. I really am. I don't care what Braun thinks or what Meghan Markle's debacles think. I'm an honest person. And while I don't mind the fact that these idiots, meaning Braun and Meghan Markle's debacles and Junior, question my integrity, I don't really care. But it's the fact that overall, it's the stain on my credibility and my integrity that it's just disheartening and irritating and aggravating. It gets me mad because it's not true. If it was true, I probably wouldn't have as much of a problem with it.
And what's that one? What's that one that I hold in a special place? Oh, my opinions may vary. Mom always said, you know, you can just... Oh, what did I say before? I was going to torment you and fucking make fun of you and do all this shit until you fucking jump off a cliff. And then you said, oh, he threatened my life. No, it's because you're so goddamn fucking stupid. That's how you interpreted it. Yeah, I said I'm going to make fun of you and I'm going to make a special project to you because you're full of shit and you know absolutely nothing about me or my family. And yes, you know, you probably live in your mom's basement. You probably yell at your mom. You probably fucking beat your mom. You probably demand your mom fucking put extra starch in your fucking G-string or your butt plug so you can stick it up there and have a great day. But no, it's not a threat. It's not a death threat. It's nothing. So call the FBI so they can fucking laugh at your ass too, because that's hilarious. So God forbid, you know, you ever do go towards a 2-foot tall cliff, oh my God, don't jump off. Don't say Tom told you to do it, because you're that fucking stupid, you would. So my opinion may vary, but your opinion doesn't fucking matter to anybody, you dumbass fucking bitch, guy, whoever you are. Stick it up your ass and go fuck yourself.
So that if somebody did speak to us, that we would have no credibility.
I could go on. There's more threats against me. There's more threats against other people. For goodness sake, that I haven't even gotten into the threats he makes against his sister, the Sussex Squad, all the, shit-stained Sussex Squad. And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending the Sussex Squad in any way. But, I learned when I was a kid, very young one, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Just because the Sussex Squad acts this way doesn't give anybody else license to act this way. And I don't understand how we as a community aren't saying to these people, hey, we don't like your sister. Your behavior isn't acceptable. But nobody seems to be. And it stuns me. And it stuns me that Junior has the audacity, Junior, not the audacity, the audacity, to say that right now that I'm the one threatening him, that I'm the one with the death threats. I mean, give me a freaking break. Where have you heard me saying any of this to you? I mean, it would never even occur to me to do it. But, he's out there sending people out to get Paula's attention because he wants to talk to her about the threats against her son. Because in his mind, he thinks he can convince her that those are me. And it's much the same as him or Meghan Markle's debacles, trying to convince people that I hoodwinked Sue and Steph and got them to do that ridiculous live stream. Because all the ills of Megxit, according to these people, are my fault. I must be such a busy person doing all of these things. Stunning, truly. But instead, I thought it was a better idea to look instead at what Thomas Markle Jr. has told us about this type of threats and these type of threatening behaviors and what he thinks is and is not appropriate for people.
And I'm honest in saying I don't have the resources to do that. I mean, very, very limited on what I can do, which is not much. I have my voice on YouTube. I have my voice on social media, and that's about it. But I'm sure MI5 and MI6 have way more resources, and these people can be tracked, and these people can be rounded up and prosecuted for their crimes. The cyber crimes are just phenomenal. It's crazy that you can't just do that and think you can get away with it, because you can and will be tracked. I know for a fact you can be tracked directly to the source, and a lot of people are going to be seriously surprised when they find out what source that is. TC, all right. Hey, thank you so much. But yeah, nobody should have to live under those circumstances. Nobody should have to find a tweet or a message from a social media outlet that says your dad's going to get a lethal injection. People should push Samantha off a cliff in her wheelchair. I mean, and the things that I've read about Princess Catherine just make my stomach turn.
If only this hypocrite would practice what he preached. But in the meantime, as I said, I came up with this video as I was, reclipping things and putting things together. And I came across something that I had made and I decided not to use. I thought it was a bit much. But since the other thing that Thomas and Meghan Markle's debacles seem to have such a problem with is this one clip that I personally love, I thought I would kind of throw this in as a bonus.
Basic home cooking. Is barbecue your girlfriend? Just curious. Barbecue is my very good special friend. And she was very far away from me, so couldn't really classify her as a girlfriend until we actually got down and, you know, bumping the uglies.
They will like that version a little bit better than the other version that I had made. But just like the other version that I had made, both have changed the format of the original material. So there's nothing wrong and there's no copyright breach in order to share it. I'm allowed to do that. Now, I said, if they take my channel down, I don't care. And at this point, I can't care because it's emotionally taxing and draining to care day after day about something that, it's so far out of your control because I can follow all the rules and I can do everything right. And I still have these lunatics after me. But as much as that's unpleasant, I could handle it still. I mean, it's not like, other people didn't have the squatties after them and things like that. That's not what upsets me. What upsets me is that I get it from our own community. And that's why I don't care what happens anymore. So, here's my video. If he wants to strike it, not strike it, I don't care. It is what it is now. And if he strikes it and he takes it down, I'll go along my merry way. But I'm not going to sit here and every day worry about every video that I post, go over it double and triple time because he's going to play games. Because he can't win unless he silences the other side, right? It's cheating. So he can't win unless he cheats. So that's what he's doing. And I can't fight back against a cheater. It doesn't work that way. Because you're never going to be able to win because they're always going to cheat. And they're always going to find a way to win and break the rules so that they win even when they shouldn't. So it is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I look forward to reading your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for listening. And I hope you all have a great day filled with love, laughter, and of course, dancing.
Dancing